When you travel solo, you could get photos like this or like this. Hi, I'm Lori, a mostly solo traveler, and today we're going to talk about why you should hire a professional photographer when you travel solo. Y'all know I love solo traveling, and of course I'm going to take a million selfies while I'm traveling alone. There's no question about that. But recently I've been hiring professional photographers when I solo travel, and it's not just because I'm posting these photos on the internet. It's because I really want to have these memories of these trips documented in a more professional way than I can do as someone taking selfies. And today I wanted to talk about why I think this is such a great idea. One of the first reasons is that you get the secret spots for great photos. The locals, the people who live in the area you're visiting, they know all the cool spots. So you're not going to spend endless time wandering around trying to find the perfect photo spot at the perfect time of day for the perfect light. These photographers know the best locations and the best time of days to photograph at these locations. So they do the homework for you. When you're booking a session with a photographer, let them tell you what time of day you want to have your session at based on the location you're interested in getting your photograph taken. They'll know what's best for the lighting, the crowds. When we did my Eiffel Tower photos in Paris, we did them basically just after sunset on the Trocadero, and there was nobody there. Contrast that with when I went back to the Trocadero later in the day to get ready to watch the Eiffel Tower light up and sparkle in the evening, where there was thousands of people and it was wall to wall and shoulder to shoulder, even in slow season. So hire a professional photographer. Trust them for their expertise. You don't hire a plumber and tell them how to fix your pipes, right? So don't hire a professional photographer and micromanage them. Rely on their expertise and you're going to get the best quality photos for it. Another reason I like hiring local professional photographers is because you get to hang out with a local. It's fun to chat with them, to find out their favorite local places to eat, drink, shop. They're going to give you their local favorites, not the tourist recommendation favorite places to go eat. So you're going to find places with better food, shorter lines, and probably even lower prices as you get away from the tourist areas. And you can also find out if there are certain places to avoid. So that's super helpful as a solo traveler to have that insider knowledge from somebody who lives in the place that you're at. Another reason I like having a professional photographer do a photo shoot is it means I can focus on one thing, and that one thing is looking good. I don't have to fiddle with the tripod, fiddle with my hair, fiddle with my wardrobe. The photographer handles all the photography part of it. They'll even help you with posing. They'll help you, when I did my Paris session, we set up a mood board in advance of the shoot and went through wardrobe options, and the photographer offers hair and makeup if you wanted to book that as an add-on. So you get to focus on looking good, feeling good, having a good time in your photos, and not the technical aspects of taking the photo. And at the end of the day, that honestly makes for better photos, because when you can focus on one thing, you can do it really well and not have to stress about all the little things. Another good reason to book a professional photo shoot while you're traveling is to make a memory. And yes, you're going to make so many memories when you're traveling solo and taking selfies and things like that. But just having the whole experience of having a professional photo shoot and being pampered. And, in Tokyo, I did a kimono photo shoot package where they go through the process of helping you pick out a kimono and all the accessories and dressing you in that kimono. And it's an experience. And then going and having your photos taken while you're in a kimono like that is an experience. Having your photo taken at sunrise in front of the Eiffel Tower is an experience. And it's just one more memory from your trip that you can add to that experience bank and that memory bank. And it's so much fun to do, and I can't recommend it highly enough. Another great reason to hire a professional photographer when you're traveling solo is because you get a lot of great photos with a lot of variety in a short time. All of my photo shoots were an hour or less, and we knocked out tons of variety and tons of different photos and tons of different locations in that short time. At the end of the day, I got a lot of great photos that I would have missed because I would have spent time wandering around trying to find these locations, set up the shots, set up the tripod, take test shots, reframing the shot, taking a billion photos to get a few mediocre selfies. So hiring a professional photographer gives you a lot of Instagram-worthy photos in a very short time. And that allows you to spend the rest of your trip being in the moment, exploring the Louvre, seeing Sensoji Temple in Japan, and basically just not having to think about what photos you're going to share with your friends when you get back. As a solo traveler, I often find that I didn't share a lot of photos of myself from my travels because they were mediocre photos that I took. And by having a professional photographer document this small part of my trip, when friends and family ask, like, hey, what did you do on your trip? And, oh, these are great pics, but you're not in any of them. I have those photos that I can share with them. Lastly, I wanted to share a couple of tips to consider when booking a professional photographer. Find out exactly what the package you're booking includes. Does it include edited photos, unedited photos, retouching? How many images do you get? How long does it take you to get the photos back? Make sure your contract spells this out. And if the photographer doesn't do a contract, make sure you have them put it in writing in an email exactly what's included in your package for exactly what cost. And speaking of cost, remember, you may be paying the photographer in local currency, so you may have to pay through a service like Wise where you're paying them in their local currency. Obviously, be careful, be aware of scams. Professional photographers aren't out here to scam you, but go ahead and check their reviews and make sure that they are in fact a real person and that you are paying a real person and not getting scammed when sending money via Wise. And when you're booking a professional photographer, make sure you choose one whose photography style you like, but also the editing style that you like. If your vibe is bright and airy and cheerful, don't book a photographer whose website shows everything dark and moody and vibey, unless that's the specific look that you want for these photos. If someone's site shows their photos as dark and vibey, those are the kind of photos they're going to deliver to you. You're hiring them for what you see on the site for that aesthetic. Don't expect them to change their aesthetic for you. When booking a photographer, it's typical to pay a deposit in advance of your shoot. Some photographers collect the full balance in advance of the shoot as well. So you just have to decide what you're comfortable with. Read reviews of the photographer. Many of them have Google reviews, Facebook reviews. Some of them might be on Yelp. Look on their website, see what kind of other reviews they have from other clients that have done their photos in the past. Also, if you can, it's really helpful to get on a Zoom or a FaceTime call with them in advance of your photo shoot. I find that I'm not super comfortable in front of the camera, but having a connection with this person before the shoot helps set my mind at ease, because otherwise you're going in cold, you're meeting a new person for the first time, talking to a new person for the first time in a new location, in a very kind of uncomfortable situation where the focus is on you for being in front of the camera. Now, maybe that's just me as an introverted soul, and maybe there are some of you out there that love that and have no problem with that, but as someone who is more of an introvert, I love being able to connect with the photographer in advance of the shoot, and I do find that it makes the photos turn out better because I feel more comfortable in front of the camera, and I always find that that translates into looking better on camera. So that's been my experience hiring professional photographers to take photos of me while I'm traveling. Let me know in the comments down below if you've ever hired a professional photographer to take pictures of you while you're traveling. Don't forget to drop a like while you're down there, and maybe go ahead and click that little subscribe button for more great solo-oriented travel videos. See you in the next one.